Market cap clock, as we're calling it. Yesterday, during this hour, Apple's market cap stood at about $939 billion. Right now, it's zoomed up to $985 billion, with $1 trillion squarely in its sights. But while the iPhone maker proved it's the most valuable company on planet Earth yesterday, blowing away expectations on profit, revenue, and guidance, is the iPhone about to be shoved aside for a new revenue driver, one that can't fit in your pocket? Neuberger Berman senior research analyst Daniel Flax covers the tech and hardware and data sector extensively, with about $300 billion in assets under management. Here to give us your take on what it is, doesn't fit in your pocket, doesn't fit anywhere. It's not something you can really touch, right?
That's correct, Liz. What's going on inside the company is clearly the iPhone X is selling better than people thought, remains the top-selling device. But its services and Apple's ability to build out its ecosystem. So if we take the App Store, for example, Apple is attracting developers to its platform. It recently released Augmented Reality Kit 2. And why that's important is because we expect a whole new wave of applications to change the user experience over the next several years. The company is seeing good strength in iCloud, in Apple Care, Apple Music, Apple Pay. And so if you put it all together, what's going on here is that they're extending their services ecosystem throughout their customers' life, if you will. And so every single piece of what they're doing goes into new areas.
Let's clarify what services are. They're the App Store, Apple Pay, Apple Music. It goes on and on. iCloud, iTunes, which is what's called a very sort of sticky business model. You buy an iPhone, it's so hard to use other options for music because it works so well with the actual platform and the format. So Apple's really smart to go this way. They saw a 31% jump in the services. How much further can this go and grow?
We think it has room to go quite a bit further. And the reason is, as they bring new people in through their products as well as services, if you take, for example, the Apple Watch, where they've seen terrific growth. We know the AirPods are extremely popular. And so,
well, they're so good, I must say. I have to admit that.
I agree. They work very well.
Don't lose them. They're tiny. Don't lose them.
And so what's going on is when they're coming out with services and products and you put the two together, it's powerful.
Okay. I need to get to tariffs because we're going to get this announcement in what we believe begins in about 19 minutes. And Apple does a lot of business in Asia. They manufacture much of their phone, parts come from everywhere. Germany, Australia, Switzerland, but they manufacture them in China. Tim Cook had said our view on tariffs is that they show up as a tax on the consumer and wind up resulting in lower economic growth. That is what he said on tariffs. And I'm sure you agree, but how would it affect them? The president has a man crush on Apple, and maybe he gives them a waiver on this?
Well, we'll have to see what comes out, clearly. But I think what's going on is if there were to be tariffs imposed, it would raise the price of the products, and ultimately it would hit demand. So that's on the revenue piece. And of course, as you noted, there's the supply chain. And so a lot of the products are manufactured in China. And so there could be complications resulting from that as well. And so I think stepping back, what's going on, though, is that Apple, as we know, has tremendous economic impact in both the U.S. and China and is in discussions with both governments about this.
Well, likely, though, the narrative for Apple has enough positives that you say this is a stock you should hold, right?
We think it's a stock you should hold. We think the name remains attractive over the next couple of years. We think, and it was really demonstrated this quarter, there are multiple growth drivers here, which we're excited about.
Sorry, what's that, Jackie? Okay, so we're watching all of this and more, and what I did just want to let people know is that Apple is now up $10.13. It's climbing in this last hour of trade. You need to stay with me because this market cap is growing and growing. It's at 985 billion. We're watching it climb. Thank you so much. Great to see you.